And before Shadow has desktop muted.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
Look at this dude.
Shadow said sub to West Town HD.
I definitely did not.
Pretty sure they can hear us now.
Oh, hi guys. How is everyone doing today?
Oh man.
Shilltown HD.
Wow,
strikes
Blake.
again.
The first thing they heard was Blake saying sub to West HD.
Oh man. You see?
So, that wasn't me. That was the other West Town HD. That was Bao.
I kind of believe that was Bell.
Definitely Bao.
That's crazy.
Had better taste in usernames.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
Damn, son.
So why don't you have a better one?
Hate to hear it.
I
Well,
mean,
whoa, Bao. Your whole username is a copy from the anime. What you mean?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
His name is based off a good anime.
That's best.
Isn't it just basically Pokemon pedophiles?
Oh
Hey.
man! Oh man!
Talk about it. Let's
What?
talk about
Wait
it.
a minute.
Let's talk
Wait a
about
minute.
it.
Riku, that's an actual hack. Like,
Oh,
that
no.
exists. That exists and it ain't.
Hey, yo,
no.
Duo is super chatting. Yo, Shadow, that's all you, bro.
Oh man! We
Want me to
got.
read it?
Oh,
Go ahead.
Lord.
Of course, she wants to read it.
I got so sweet. My God. Okay, someone else can read it. Because I can hear you guys now. Shout out to Lady Pelvic. Thank you, Duo. I feel flustered. This dude burst in the middle of my happy.
Jesus.
Sorry,
we got super chat from
Oh,
Dio
thank
Bird. I
you.
can hear you guys now. Shout out. Oh wow. Oh god. No wonder you
Shadow,
wanted to read
pelvic,
it.
bro. We got a
Okay.
pelvic sip. We got a pelvic sip in the chat.
Stop. This is a good thing. He's contributing to the podcast.
Hey, yo, he's so good, man.
This is a good thing.
Oh, no.
He's contributing to the podcast. He likes one of your podcast members, which I think is good, better than him like hating a podcast member. No.
Well, she's right.
She
Well,
might be
she's
a little bit right.
Something about this don't feel right.
Nah, man.
Did I die?
Why couldn't you guys have an HPMP yesterday? I wasn't feeling it. I was out of it. I wasn't all there. I was dying.
Well, you're alive
Wait,
now.
we're at pelvic. Okay, cool.
You're alive now, and that's what matters.
Tell about your pelvic. I got something for you.
Yo, Shadow King says a Monday podcast. What is this nonsense? Listen, man, we can leave right now if y'all want. All right, y'all appreciate us? Nonsense. Listen, man, we can leave right now if y'all want.
Oh, they appreciate Riku so long.
Riku, I hate that he said that, and his avatar is him laying down looking all smug.
Oh god.
Are you guys hyped for Cyberpunk? Heck yeah, game of the year.
Nah, that game's gonna be.
Yeah, but they already came out.
That game's gonna be meh. Oh god, no, Blake.
Can we not?
It's
Nah, that
gonna
game
be
looks-
meh.
I don't play games like that.
Listen,
Yeah, that game looks good. That's
Yeah, Shadow,
Sometimes-
what games are you excited for this year? Because so far, every game we've talked about, you've been like, it's mid.
Listen, man, listen. When
What do you mean,
when
like
you play
Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy VII Remake, it's hard
Bro,
to top
I
that.
had a
honestly.
customer come in today and say this game is dog shit. They took 4 hours and spanned it over 40, and I cannot stand it.
Well, that's cool. He probably also ate glue as a kid. That's fine. Like, you know, he was probably an idiot. All right.
Shadow.
I mean, they did take 4 hours and span over 40, though. Can't deny that.
Shadow. You out here only looking at Final Fantasy VII like that's the only good game this year.
Well, we
5R
also
came out this year, too.
we also had Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That was amazing.
Persona
But
5R.
I didn't even get to
Sunset
that.
Royal.
See, I didn't even get to
P5R
that.
and Xenoblade were like remakes, so their stories technically already came out. I mean,
Final
fine.
Fantasy IX, also a great game.
They added
Wow.
it. So they can count. Pelvic, where the heck did 9 come from?
Hell,
version
didn't we get DLC?
Oh, this year, what?
Hell, didn't we
Final
get
Fantasy
Pokemon?
IX is great any year. What are you
Just
talking
draw
about?
some random games. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Didn't
Xenogears is game of the
Pokemon
year
get
this year.
DLC?
And that's what we're doing. Xenogears game of the year. There we go.
I knew I was saying
Xenogears
Game
put
of the
me
Year.
to sleep, bro.
Oh, Persona
Xenogears
4,
put me
Persona 4
to
Gold
sleep.
came out again.
Couldn't understand it.
All right, hold on, guys. I gotta stop this madness. We gotta get the podcast started. We wanted to type ship here. I'm trying to get out of here at 9 o'clock. All right, guys, you guys going crazy. All right, we all know Final Fantasy IX is terrible. All right, let's go.
Lord,
All
what's
right. All right, so let's go. HPMP podcast episode 47, guys. Yes, it's a Monday. It's not Sunday. I wasn't feeling it all that much yesterday, so I decided, other than waiting 2 weeks, let's just see if I can get it started now on Monday. And well, everybody, came through. So that's what's up. Looks like we got another super chat from Dio Bird. Still waiting for Dragon Quest Builders 3. Is that even like announced?
Yet now.
Keep on.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
Great bait, mate.
All right. So let's start off with our introductions. Pelvic, you up? Go ahead.
Oh, yay! What's up, guys? It's your girl, Lady Pelvic of Pelvic Gaming, and thank you so much again, Shadow, for inviting me back on. It's always a blessing, to be back here after we always argue about how terrible Final Fantasy VIII is and how great Final Fantasy IX is. And yeah, are we doing what we're playing? Is this also this kind of segment? What we're playing, or no?
Yeah, we can do that after the intros.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my intro.
All right. Bao.
Hey guys, Bowser Carriger here. Glad to be back. I would like it to be known that Final Fantasy VIII is just as good as Final Fantasy IX.
Talk to him.
No, it's not.
Talk to him.
Okay, we're moving on.
Did this man change his damn avatar to SpongeBob? I don't want that on my podcast, bro.
Somebody get this man.
Oh man. All right, go ahead, Blake.
You're so petty.
I'm ready.
Oh,
What's going on, guys? It's me, Westtown HD, back at it again with the HPMP podcast. Feeling good today. Cannot wait for us to get into these topics. SpongeBob's out and I'm happy.
Oh my god. Why do I have this man here? Riku, you're up, man.
Riku-san one, the only one here. What's up, everybody, on this fine Monday? I am also interested in these topics. We got some nice ones in here.
All right. And Soxy, you're back to back for another podcast, man.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Sosie the Bro. Thank you for having me again, Shadow. Always a good time. Even when both you and Pelvic are wrong, Final Fantasy IV is better than each of those games.
Oh damn.
Okay. I haven't played 4 yet, so I'm gonna give you a pass. Okay? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a pass.
Out here playing games out of order. Tisk.
You hate to see. Wait a minute, Riku, did you change your damn avatar again? No, that's Pelvic. What the freak? Oh my god.
Somebody get them.
Bro, please, yo, everyone do it. Let's go.
No, it ain't happening.
The SpongeBob podcast.
No. Oh my god. You got that sus picture of SpongeBob too. Oh man.
Bro, that's made in China SpongeBob right there. That's made in
Oh lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask this, because Blake, I know you playing it, so like I'm gonna go on to currently playing. Blake, let me ask you about SpongeBob real quick. All right, while you glisten over it, does it have Doodlebob in it? Man, get out of here.
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure they added him and actually rehydrated it as an Easter egg in a stage. I'm trying to remember where I saw him.
How you gonna have like the best antagonist for SpongeBob not in the game? That's ridiculous.
Most offensive, bro. Do you think he was making fun of people who couldn't like speak English, bro? That's crazy.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Doodlebob kind of gave me nightmares.
That super chat is
oh my god, we got a super chat from Just Bastion. SpongeBob avatars for the win. Yeah, this is not gonna start a trend here, all right? This ain't the SpongeBob episode, all right?
So Shadow basically is saying if you donate $2 more, then he'll change his profile picture. If you donate $2 more, then Bao will. If you do $2 more, then Riku will. And by the end of it, we'll have enough money to buy Shadow the game, so he'll stream it the whole thing.
Oh man, nah, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. We ain't about that life.
See, David gets it. This is about JRPGs.
Yo, David, he's a mod too. I was about to be like, bro, let me time this guy out.
So go ahead, Blake. What other games you playing, man?
So I have been playing through, or I just got the platinum in Persona 5 Dancing, and I uninstalled it promptly.
Yo, what the frick did Bao do? Oh my god. What's going on?
Yo, wait, they're actually doing it, bro.
Oh my
okay, Shadow.
God.
Shadow, you gotta do it. Shadow, you gotta do it. We promised them.
No.
Looks like I'm the only one that's not going to be doing it.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got these super chats. So but,
nah, you know what? Oh my god.
that fits Bao so well. I hate it. Okay, so back to where so I just got done Persona 5 dancing, and I never want to play that game again. I'm not a fan of the music in the game, not gonna lie. I do like 3 and 4 dancing. I'm just not a huge fan of 5 dancing. Just personal preferences. You got you literally just made like $15 right now. You cannot. You're gonna start getting dislikes on this video, bro.
Oh my god, you guys are insane. All right, fine. Oh my god.
The JRPG god is giving it. I can find you a picture of SpongeBob with Joker's mask if that helps.
I think
the JRPG god falls.
Oh my god, you guys are insane. Yeah, you know what, Blake? Let me get that image. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob. Oh, yo.
Oh,
Too late. I got him.
Ah, come on, Riku.
Let's go, Doodle Bob, baby.
Yeah, someone's gonna come here for the first time and just wonder what's happening.
I'm gonna do something special specifically for Riku.
Oh my god, yeah, too
I know
much.
You might as well throw up Squidward with your salty ass.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I'll put Squidward up. Fuck that.
No.
Okay, so back to there's so much fucking donations coming in. So Persona 5, it was all right. My fingers are sore. I went back to Kakarot and got the platinum. Solid game, still love it. Great gameplay. Spirit Bomb for the win. I'm playing through. I played SpongeBob for 6 hours on launch, and I almost beat the game, and I haven't gone back because I don't want it to end. And what else am I playing? I am also playing. I'm always playing Smash Bros. Let's be real here. But I also just got Spider-Man. I just got Spider-Man PS4, and I'm looking to start that here sometime soon. And right now I am currently on my platinum run of Super Robot Wars T. Aside from that, I am.
So we're gonna talk about where the avatars went.
Shadow, what you doing, man?
Nah, I had to, because I had to go into my settings, so I had to take off the avatars
there it
real
is.
quick.
There it is. Is. Man, so Sosuke, I will Photoshop a Squidward nose on that man.
I had to.
You won't get me to use it.
Oh man, I'm sorry guys. This is what the chat demanded, so we out here on this SpongeBob life.
But yeah, aside from that, I'm just waiting with bated breath for Fairy Tail and Gundam Versus at the end of the month.
All right, Sosuke, what you playing?
Currently, I'm just started Pokemon Sword and Shield. Well, Shield specifically. I'm actually enjoying the game. As always, Pokemon games are solid JRPGs. I could care less about the story because it's all very eh. I also started Ys Memories of Celceta. Enjoying that game as well. Riku was right. This game is solid, and after that, I'll be playing Lacrimosa of Donna.
As you should.
These games are pretty good, man. Other than that, nothing else I've been playing. Waiting for Gundam Versus just like everybody else, so I can get back to doing what I do best. And that's it.
Okay, all right. Patrick, what are you playing?
So I've been playing a mix of Gundam Versus as well. I've been going back to Yu-Gi-Oh recently, back into it, because they add a bunch of new cards to the game, and I've been collecting them, adding my old decks, etc. I'm also still playing Outer Worlds on the side. Still having fun with that, Fallout in Space. I think I'm more or less just waiting for the next big release, which I guess for me would be Gundam Versus next month. Oh, and Paper Mario. This actually be the first Paper Mario game I've bought at launch. Actually, this might be the first Mario game period I've bought at launch.
Huh.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
For Yu-Gi-Oh, why don't you play Dual Nexus or something like that? It's an online.
I could just play it on my Switch.
I mean, I could do you play it on Dual Nexus.
Or you could buy it on Switch.
Or we could just play it for free.
Or you can stop being a bum, Shadow, and play
Oh
it
man,
on the Switch.
oh man, you gonna make
Ladies, we're all poor here.
maybe shell out $40 for this game? I got you. Doodle Bob, what you out here playing?
Yo hoy manoy, I am out here playing that Vita baby once again. I'm giving another try. Since I've been playing a lot of I've basically played all of the Monster Hunter clones on the Vita, and the only one that I gave up on was Tokiden. So I'm back in there, and it made me realize, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize this, but do not judge a Monster Hunter clone game until you actually get to the bosses, because a lot of them like to start off with like, you know, the side missions of you fighting ads, and then that's the mission. And I judged the game there, and those missions are boring as fuck. So when I actually did get to the first boss, I was like, okay, I'm actually seeing the appeal now. But everything before that, man, I was falling asleep. So I'm playing Tokiden right now on my Vita, and I may turn my Switch back on to try out this Octopath demo that I have sitting here.
Oh, time out. You got an opportunity to play Octopath, but you out here playing Vita games? Huh?
Games are good, Shadow.
Huh?
Oh,
First of all,
my
Octopath is still full price on this goddamn Switch. I don't feel like paying for that.
And
So
it
I
won't go
might
down.
just- yeah, and that's the problem. It won't go down. I might get it on Steam because they always doing their little humble bundle sales or whatnot. So I might just wait for it to come to drop on Steam. That seems to be my better chance of playing Octopath. I think the next game that I will legit play on my Switch is probably Astral Chain, which I'm probably gonna have to pay full price for as well. So if
Any
I'm gonna
Switch
pay full
game you're
price
gonna
for
play
something-
full price.
Somebody who's playing it, Astral Chain is not worth full price.
Jeez.
I don't think it is either. I think it's like a $40 game.
Damn.
I don't know.
Well,
I've
40,
I've got
35
it.
max.
I've played the first, like, I think, like 2-3 hours of Astral Chain. I could not get into it. I do plan on going back to it and like finishing it. But man, I knew I wouldn't like the game. Like when I first saw it come out, you know, or trailers, anyways. I knew it, but everyone was like, it looks so good and hyped it up. And I was like, okay. And then someone ended up like donating it to me. So I was like, all right, well, since I have it, you know, because I'm so glad I didn't pay for it though. I'm not gonna lie, because it just didn't feel. I don't know. People say I haven't gotten to the real gameplay yet, because you know how you can change. I think they're called chimeras. Those things that you attack with.
your
So
stance,
there's like
yeah.
a dog one. Yeah, essentially stands, pretty much. Yeah. I didn't get to the part where I can switch them out, so I'm trying to reserve judgment and whatnot. But I don't know. From what I've played, the 2-3 hours I've played, I was enamored.
It's an okay starting point for your first platinum game. I'll say that.
Bob, what the hell is that?
What you mean?
What the hell is that avatar? What is that? That's
Just
somebody.
SpongeBob.
No, it's
Bro.
not. What the hell is that?
Thought we were changing to SpongeBob.
That's not, is that a real?
Hold on,
Leave it to
man.
Val. Leave it to Val, bro.
Oh my god.
Hold on,
May or may not be from a certain video.
I'm about to make a quick meme while Shadow
God.
continues the podcast.
My lord.
Go
And
on.
Pelvic, what you playing?
I am currently playing Wild Arms 2, which I'm super happy. I'm finally like continuing my Wild Arms. This is like I only played Wild Arms 1, so now that I'm finally going through what I can of the series. Unfortunately, only 1, 2, and 3 are available PSN store, but so far I am enjoying it, but I still like the first game better. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm gonna send this meme to Blake specifically.
All right. I'm currently playing myself. Well, actually, right now I'm kind of in limbo. Not really playing much because I just beat Xenoblade Chronicles. Decided to put it down or just get the ending, and I'm kind of sad because I low key didn't want the game to end.
You played the DLC and everything?
Nah, I was about-
Yeah,
I was
you played the.
I was about to go do the DLC, but I don't know. I might be Xenoblade out. Might be.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. I
What?
needed to go back and play
Because
Future Connected.
here's what happens. Like when I beat a game and I see the credits roll, I'm pretty much done.
I feel the same way.
I'm pretty much-
I'm 100% late.
Here's the thing. If there's DLC available, I'll go straight into the DLC. But if the DLC came out like half a year later, then I most likely will not come back.
I don't know.
I
That's
also agree.
yeah, like that,
Yeah, if you're in the groove, man, you might as well just knock it out as well.
like I felt like that way, but like because I was trying to prolong Xenoblade, finish the Xenoblade for a while, for a good like I want to say like a week. I was just doing a whole bunch of quests, fighting all the super bosses and whatnot. And I just said, you know what? Let me just end it. And as soon as I saw those credits, and I was like, let me go to Future Connected. I'm like, I'm good. Let's go to another game. That's why I was. That's what I was just saying.
I do understand that feeling, though. No, I do. I dove like right into Future Connected, but I do understand that feeling because Xenoblade, it's a long game, and I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think Future Connected is worth an extra 10 to 12 hours. It felt like it didn't really need to be there.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm going to keep it real. I think that like, just keeping it brief, the great and like enthralling story that we've come to expect of the base game of Xenoblade is absolutely absent in Future Connected. So if you like the gameplay, if you like the gameplay, then yeah, keep playing Future Connected. But if you're looking for like a story and like wow, the continuation, it's really unnecessary.
And I feel like did they change voice actors? Because I feel like
No.
Shulk and Mio,
No,
whatever.
they got older. That's it.
They got
Really?
older. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo,
No,
it
no, yeah,
does
that old
not
now.
sound the same. I'm like, what happened here?
I agree. When she first spoke, I was like, I hear her trying. Like I hear her, but it's just she sounds older.
Yeah.
That's all. Not necessarily bad, but just older.
Yeah. I almost couldn't get used to it. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Then Shulk also changed too, and I was like, I can't really get
I don't
behind
think Shulk is
it.
as bad.
Shulk sounds more or less kind of the same, which is Melia. Melia. That year has not been kind to Melia.
Nah, man. So I think, what the fuck?
What did he do?
What did I do now?
What is that? It's like some creepy pasta thing. What is that? Oh my god.
He's just trying to scar us at this point.
Yeah, he really is.
You're taking something wholesome and making it weird.
I'm kind of glad I'm not looking at the stream right now.
Oh my
You
god.
really don't.
That's gonna give me nightmares.
Blake, what the? Jesus Christ.
Yo, what is wrong with y'all? Alright, you know what? We in this SpongeBob mood. So let's just talk about SpongeBob, I guess. Let's just let it be our first topic.
I can't make the meme I wanted to. Damn it.
Alright, it seems that Blake, you're the aficionado when it comes to SpongeBob here. So what's going on with this game? Because it seems like it's trash, man. I'm seeing this 67 on Metacritic, man.
Now,
What's going on here, man?
As Project Kakarot has shown, we can't trust Metacritic. Anyway, so I'm not entirely sure why the reviews are tanking. I mean, I don't know, maybe like for reviewers, they just didn't specifically get into the gameplay. Whereas long-term fans of this, it's more or less one of those labor of loves where it was one of those games where you would never think would ever in a million years get a remaster of any sort. And it took a lot of the community, basically the speedrunning community kept it alive and people kept seeing more and more. And I think it was at Games Done Quick 2017 where it was like one of the most like anticipated runs, and it ended up making like so much money for charity that the actual company decided that they were going to try and reimagine it. And that hence where the remake came from. And then when it got announced, it just came completely out of nowhere. And a lot of long-term people who absolutely loved the game, who thought it was a hidden gem, who fell in love with it as hard as I did, were basically just everyone was freaking out collectively. And it was it was just one of those, this could never have happened ever, and it's happening, and that's wild.
We got a super chat from Sebastian. Just one pen. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you for the support, my guy. So, what's been going on with the reviews, Zach? I heard like IGN messed something up, the GameSpot messed something up. Like GameSpot pulled like a Cuphead review, that Cuphead reviewer that couldn't jump over a ledge, that they just flat out suck. Did you hear anything about that?
I read them if no one else did.
Go ahead, Bob.
Sorry. Essentially, they just thought the games didn't age well and that they could have used more improvements. That's kind of it. Like, oh, this game was good in its time, but now you have so many other games to compare it to in the genre that it just doesn't hold up, especially when it doesn't improve any of the mechanics.
Okay,
That's kind of it.
So like Riku, Blake, do you guys agree with that?
See, if they had marketed it differently, I could see that, but the fact that they said multiple times they were trying to make a 1-to-1 upscaled version of the game from the ground up in Unreal Engine, at that point I was like, okay, they're not really going to change a whole lot. And people were like, well, they should have added this, they should have added this. And I was like, you can't really add a whole lot without changing what was great about the game. And I still think the game has aged greatly. It's a great little budget title. Got tons of replayability. The spatula, or like the collectibles, which are the golden spatulas, are not very difficult to get all of. So it's not gonna be one of those games where you spend like an entire eternity trying to find like every single collectible. I may be biased. I don't think I am, but I still think it's still held up pretty good, and the graphics have only made it better. And SpongeBob is so well animated now, and all the character animations that just pops. It just.
Blake, are you sure this isn't your nostalgia talking? Are you sure?
That's the one thing I see people praising is the visuals. And yeah, it looks great, but does it actually like play good? Like, does it?
So the best way to describe it is, in the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, it captured more of the feel of you being underwater.
Hold on one second, Blake. We got a super chat from Night Fury 1507. I must remind you, Shadow, that in the last podcast you said You said you would buy Lady Pelvic a PS5 once it come out. I said she might have to fulfill certain conditions to get that.
Hold on, let me go download that podcast real quick.
And we never finalized anything, my
Thank
guy.
you, Night Fury. I appreciate you.
Ah, man.
I appreciate you.
Don't be putting thoughts in Lady Pelvic's head. Nah,
I like him.
man.
Let me download
Person,
this
I
podcast
appreciate
real
you.
quick and analyze it.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, continue, Blake.
What was I saying? So in terms of gameplay, so the actual gameplay in the original, it was a bit slower. Like, it didn't run 60 frames, obviously, so it was a bit slower, and you felt a bit more floaty, and moves had a bit more lag, I guess, coming out. So, for example, it would take like 5 seconds roughly to execute one of the upwards attacks, whereas in Rehydrated, that move comes out like frame 1. It is like almost instantaneous. You click the button and it comes out. So the gameplay is a lot tighter, and you also fall a lot faster. So the game feels a little bit heavier and not necessarily as floaty. But after the first like 10 minutes of the game, I had already readjusted. I haven't played the original in about a year. I played a little bit of it when they announced that they were remaking it. So I haven't played it in a little bit, and I didn't necessarily notice a huge difference. But one of the people in the speedrunning community, Shifty, he's the guy that said like they made a little bit of differences to the momentum changing, and it's just, on like from a casual standpoint, you really won't notice the difference. But if you're a long-term fan, you'll notice a little bit of change.
Okay. Riku, did you get the game?
I did not get the game.
Man, you betrayed.
I was like, no. Yeah, I betrayed the SpongeBob community. I was like, no, thank you.
Okay.
And then I also heard they couldn't get the voice for Mr. Krabs. What's up with that, Blake?
So let me tell you. So 1-to-1 remake, exact same voice actors, no new voices. The original, Mr. Krabs is fuck off. How long? No.
Hold on, wait, we got the super chat from Dio Beard. Oh man, Lady Pelvic deserves a PlayStation 5, Mr. Shadow. Yeah, she deserves one. She can save up her money and get one, all right? Or she can make this deal. She can make this deal, play a couple of horror games, and we might be able to work something out
Wait
here.
a minute. Wait a minute. It was not a couple before.
The game.
Hold up, sir.
Stream
We're-
them. We'll see.
We're gonna come back to this at the end of the show, but a couple of no. All right, continue. But
Continue, Blake.
So Mr. Krabs' voice actor gets around. He's really popular. He does a lot of roles. And from what I can tell, the team just couldn't get him on to do a few roles in the game. I personally, after a while, you don't even really recognize it, at least personally for me. The one that I really noticed was the Mermaid Man's voice actor, because I think he died. So they had to replace him. And he sounds like, because I mean, it's the same voice. So the same voice sounds that were in the original, and the ones that were rehydrated, they're the same, but still, they still sound like they're really noticeable. Whereas Mr. Krabs kind of still sounds the same, and Mr. Krabs has a whole of 5 lines in the game, so you're really not going to notice it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bob, you want to explain that avatar there?
It's SpongeBob. Why do I have to keep saying it?
That's definitely not SpongeBob.
Yes, it is.
That's cringe, Bob. Like,
I want SpongeBob. We have SpongeBob at house. This is the SpongeBob at house.
Oh,
If you don't
man.
believe me, that's actual canon SpongeBob.
Oh my
All right,
god.
Val,
I'm
gonna
not
need-
joking.
Val, I'm gonna need you to look in the HPMP chat because it's time for you to go.
And we almost missed having Bao on tonight's episode. What a shame that would have been.
So anybody else got anything else to say about SpongeBob? Not this game that's a 67 on Metacritic, not as great as Blake cracked it up to be. Is this nostalgia for
I
him?
wonder why we're spending so much time talking about this. It's not an RPG.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
We got
I
some.
only have one thing to say about that, folks.
All right. So we're.
Go play Pokemon instead.
Oh man. All right. So we're good with SpongeBob. We moving on.
Just saying, it's super cheap, whereas Pokemon's hella overpriced for what it is. Just saying.
Oh man.
Jeez.
We getting out of this SpongeBob world. So all right, Riku. Seems that your favorite game is coming out soon.
Let's go.
Ys9 is coming in 2021. Now, I honestly thought that this game was going to come out this year. But it seems like NS America's got their handful with, I guess, Cold Steel 4. Which is, I guess, understandable because Cold Steel 4 is a behemoth of a game. Got a whole bunch of translations to do. So, yeah, I get it. But I honestly thought they were going to be able to get both of them out at the same time. So Riku, what are you expecting from this game, man?
As far as I've been hearing from people who enjoy the third generation of Ys gameplay, they say that this, in their opinion, is the best is the new best Ys game above 8. So I'm like, ooh, that is some good shit to hear.
Hasn't each Ys game come out like they've been the best one for the most part?
That is true. They have actually been, every time they come up with a new one, that is now considered the new best one. So that is a good thing to hear, that every time they come up with a new one, they're getting better. That's what a sequel is supposed to do, no?
That's true.
But to be fair though, in my opinion, the the first couple Ys games have been, I would say, from an extremely critical standpoint, average, So it was only moving upwards from there. So that's I would say another reason why this is happening. But these later ones have been very good, to the point where if you're still hearing it now, that is something to be impressed by to some degree.
So let me ask you a
Okay.
question. Go ahead, Pellet.
Oh, so all right. So as someone who's never played an Ys game before, it's on my to-do list. What is Ys like known for? Like when people say Ys, it's like, oh man, the gameplay, or oh the story, or oh the like what should I expect from Ys, or what should like a newcomer expect from?
I would say the two main things I would say to go in and expect from Ys is very good music and an enjoyable time when it comes to exploration. Now, you're not gonna have like a vast, big ass open world when it comes to like a Xenoblade, but I think the compact exploration style that they have going for them, and you'll see that in like Memories of Lucetta, Ys 8, and I would assume Ys9. They all have that same vibe of great exploration. That's one thing you'll definitely enjoy is the music and the exploration. Most of the time, when it comes to the story, it's, I would say, as far as I'm hearing from Legend of Zelda, it's kind of similar to Legend of Zelda. They're just okay, But Ys 8 was actually very good. I heard when it comes to Ys9, from a story standpoint, they actually brought in some of the people who have been working on Trails to assist when it comes to the story for Ys9. So they said that they actually are putting some type of effort when it comes to the story in Ys9. Like, if there's one thing that the earlier Ys have been known for, is that damn near every Ys game starts off with Adol being shipwrecked and him on the shore, and he's like, I lost all of my equipment. Well, I'm in this new area and I need to explore it. That was like always like an ongoing, I guess, joke that they had going on. And in Ys9, they actually made that a part of the story. Like, what the people that capture it are like, why every time you get all of this new equipment from your adventure and then you just so happen to get shipwrecked and all of it disappears, seems kind of suspicious at all. So it's like, it's cool that they're actually trying to take tropes that they've created and make it a part of a interesting story. So I'm actually looking forward to the story this time around.
So with Ys games, it seems to be the same, more or less the same thing going on when it comes to gameplay for the most part. You switch between characters, you take advantage of weaknesses, and that's pretty much it. Why do you think this game has withstood the test of time?
I think it's just refinement. Like every time they do it, they're just refining it from the prior game, and then they add just like one or two new things. So I think this time around it's about each character having some unique ability that allows them to assist all of the other characters when it comes to traversing the world. Like if you saw in the gameplay, some of them were wall running, some of them were flying, and some of them were doing like these zipline abilities. And apparently, they can also be used in boss battles too. So I think Adol is the one that learns the zipline ability. So I think on certain portions of the boss, you can like zipline towards their head and then start doing an air combo on their head and whatnot. Jesus Christ, Bao. But yeah, I think that's the new little feature they're adding this time around.
The freak Bao? Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is what happens when y'all give Bao some kind of power.
What is that face called again? The Agi How? Oh my god!
Ego? Did you say Agi How?
Listen, I don't know what it's called, man. I don't know what it's called, man. I ain't all
We'll get back to the topic on hand. Okay, so Riku, I've tried the Ys series, and I can definitely see the appeal, but I still to this day don't understand why it's so beloved. What game would make me see that? Because I tried 1 and 2 and a demo of I think it was 7, maybe 8.
I would say when it came to me, the only ones that really stood out to me were Memories of Sosetta 8, Ys9, and I would say Ys Origin as well, and Ys3, which is a lot of the classic people, they consider Ys3 the best one. That's Oath in Falgana. That's on the PSP. So the ones that you played that you mentioned, I would say those were the ones that were okay at best. So I would say play some of the ones that I just mentioned, and you probably would see it. I would say the one that everyone rants and raves about is Ys9. That one is the highest, the highest one in regards to like critically acclaimed.
Okay. And did the stories ever reach like Code Steel levels of intricate, or
before you answer that, Riku, we got a super chat from D.O. Beard. Bao is the hero. Go ahead, man.
Bao is the hero we deserve. Thank you, Duo. I appreciate that.
But he's not the one we need. All right, so let's just put it that way. Go ahead, Riku.
Yeah, I would say try Ys9. Love your Nintendo Switches so much. Ys9, bro. Go ahead, try that one. I would say by the time you're done with that, and also try your best to get the final, the true ending, when it comes to that. Like there's some little, trick to it when it comes to it. So just don't go in there blind when it comes to trying to get the, true ending, because the true ending and true final boss is something you don't want to miss out on, and it can be easily missed. But all you have to do is just make sure you do all of the side missions, and a few of them are missable, which can cause you not to get the final ending. That's all.
Okay.
So, what do you think the Metacritic score is going to be for this one when it drops?
I mean, as far as I'm hearing, everyone's saying it's better than Ys9, and Ys9 has an 85. So I would assume it would at least get an 85 or an 86. But I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. So I'm just gonna say I can see this getting an 84.
Okay.
For some reason. Yep.
Yeah, I put it in
I have
low
a
80s.
question for Shadow. I'm curious, why are you so fixated on Metacritic? Isn't Metacritic kind of like a joke at this point?
It low key is, but it is a point of discussion.
Okay, I was curious. I was like, I have never ever looked to Metacritic for like advice on what games are good or bad.
I just like to laugh at people who like say that the Metacritic score is going to be high or the game is going to be really good, and then I laugh in their face when Metacritic says it's like a 4 out of 10. That's the only reason I go for Metacritic. Like, it doesn't determine my purchases at all.
Oh, okay.
Me neither. Yeah. But I do. It does interest me to see what the hell is going on over there. Kind of similar to that whole conversation we were having earlier about Twitter trends and whatnot.
All right. So I think that's Ys9 for the most part. It's coming in 2021, probably early 2021. So probably around, I would say maybe February, March, probably.
Yeah. I would also say I heard some of the music, and that is some of the best music I've heard Falcom ever do. And they've done some bangers.
Yeah, like all the Ys music is amazing. So real quick, Cold Steel 4 is coming late October. We knew this game was coming out this year, but we got a precise release date of what's the precise release date? Do you know, Riku?
October 27th.
27th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's coming out in a few months. We'll be able to end this saga once and for all, quote unquote, because there's still more to come.
Yeah.
Not
even. Go ahead.
Not really much I can really say about it, because I can't really recommend anybody play this game like at all if you haven't played the others. And that's another thing, because I see a lot of people, like especially a lot of reviewers, are having trouble like reviewing Cold Steel 3 on Switch, because it's like, who is this game for at this point? Because we're on the third game, and the fourth one is coming out, but it's coming out on PS4, not on Switch. Well, at first, it will come out on the Switch the following year. And like I had to say, just they got balls making games like this, making games that are 100% continuations of a previous game. Because before you could not do that, you would hinder sales. But here they don't care about none of that, and they will literally just bring this game out. Well, they'll tell you can just play this game, but we all know the truth that you can't just jump into 3 or 4 by itself. You can't do it.
Yeah, obviously from a marketing standpoint, they're gonna say that to just get people in and interested, and they're probably there's a possibility that they will go back and want to play the previous ones, but that's not 100%, but they're willing to take that chance just to get and obviously NIS doesn't have any control over putting Cold Steel 1 and 2 on the Switch. That's all Xseed, which Xseed is basically a skeleton crew at this point, so I don't know if we're ever going to get that. Hopefully we do, but I'm not holding my breath. Funny you mentioned is like there's more to come, because it's like, there's also another article that came out saying that the president of Neon Falcon, Toshiro Kondo himself, said yeah, we're working on the next Trails game right now. You're like, oh, Hajimari? No, the game after Hajimari. We're working on that right now.
Okay, so Hajimari, real quick. With Hajimari, I feel like it's not going to be quote unquote new. I feel like they're going to be taking a lot of assets from previous, like maybe 3 and 4 to make Hajimari, for the most part.
I can
You
see
can
that.
kind of already see that, honestly, if you look at it.
Yeah, like they're not like, it's not really all that big of a budget, not that many new assets. Like I feel like
No, I think that's going to be the next game, because for a while they said they have been working on a new engine that they want to move all of their games over to, and I would assume that next game, which probably will be on PlayStation 5, a next gen, I would assume that game will be that, and then whatever Ys game that they said they're working on as well, whether it's finally an Ys 5 remake or Ys 10. I would assume those two would be on that new engine. But yeah, as of right now, they're just using, because the engine that they have right now is actually an engine owned by Sony that they are basically using for little to no cost. So they make a ridiculous amount of profit off of using this engine which they've been using since like Cold Steel 1. So they're just making a lot of profit off of it. I guess they're just trying to get as much use out of it now until they move over to their own engine, which will to finally increase the graphics, which a lot of newcomers are like, oh, these graphics look dated, they look bad, or whatever the case may be. Apparently that's what they're trying to work with when it comes to this new engine, is rectifying that. I don't know the graphics, but
hey Riku, you want to read that super chat?
I don't have the YouTube page.
When do you think we'll get Crossbow?
Honestly, I think we'll get at least 0 sometime next year. So I'm putting my bets on like late next year, but we'll see. I say late next year.
Thank you, Johnny Jefferson, for that super chat. I would say next year as well. I don't know if we're gonna get both, but we definitely get one at the very least. I thought we would get Cold Steel 4 and Ys9, and then we'll just get the Crossbow games next year. But we probably just get one.
Yeah,
not both.
Yeah, because I could see that. Because there's still a lot to translate as well. So
yeah,
got to take that. And then those will be coming to Switch as well, because it's NIS. So That's the good thing about being with NAS. At least all of these are coming to Switch. Jesus Christ, Val. At least all of these are coming to Switch, so it's getting new people into the games.
Wow. Did Blake change the Persona? What did Blake change to, like, the cross into Persona?
Can somebody in the chat keep a count how many times Rick had to say Jesus Christ Val because of that?
Oh my god. You guys are
Oh
insane.
my god.
All right, so let's go.
I can't wait to play all of these Falcon games we have in the tunnel. I'm glad to see that they're basically in their golden age right now, because this was what Square Enix was back in the 90s. It was just back to back to back to back, just game after game, and all of them were, for the most part, good. So I think they're just going through their golden age right now. And I would say this was Tales, where they were just releasing games back to back to back to back. And now both of them, now both of those companies are so big now that each and every one of their games are like they got to make them a AAA ridiculously huge game that you probably only get like one a generation now, which is, I mean, however you want to take that, whether that's a good or a bad thing.
All right. Let's talk about Tales of Arise.
Speaking of Tales, right?
Yeah, speaking of Tales of
Nice
Arise
little
out here getting delayed because a certain, I'll say, the T virus came into effect, and I'm trying to, there we go. So Tales of Arise is delayed indefinitely. I don't think they said 2021. They just said it's delayed for the most part. T virus has messed with its development. So Sosuke, what do you think about this, man?
Yeah, I'm upset like anybody else would be that the game is delayed, but I understand the circumstances, with the pandemic going on. Of course, it was bound to get delayed. However, I still feel like it should have been delayed anyways due to the last amount of gameplay we got to see. Like, the last amount of gameplay felt very like Zaria and Zestiria with its combat. Like, it looked a little bit more slower, but not Zestiria slow, but somewhere between Berseria and Zestiria, where just like it had that flow, but it didn't feel natural like the games that came before it, where all the arts just kind of chain together and you can feel the combat truly. So I hope this like makes the gameplay and hopefully even the story and the character writing a little bit better, because Tales games are known for having a really good character cast. So I hope like we get to see more people, not too many to spoil us on, but enough to have us excited for the game. So like when we get our hands on it, it's just another really good Tales game.
I think we're lacking information on this game at this point, because like the last trailer we got was from 2019, I believe, mid 2019, and that was the last thing we saw in this game, really. So we haven't gotten any like new characters show up, any new artwork, new gameplay trailers, which you would think by now they would have maybe some gameplay trailers of some characters, like character trailers. So I don't even know what's going on with that. So that kind of sucks. I'm hoping that this game kind of, I guess, breaks the ceiling for Tales of, because I feel like Bandai Namco has trying to get Tales of to go mainstream. Like, they really want it up there. They want it, because like right now it's at like, I want to say Tales of is pretty much at like God Eater, Code Vein level. I think
it's higher than that.
It's high. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe in terms of popularity, but in terms of sales, I don't think it's that high.
The series peaked with Symphonia, right?
Wow.
No, Symphonia was like the Final Fantasy VII that introduced it like, to a lot of people.
I was gonna say that was the one that introduced a lot of people to it.
And what was the highest one?
I'd say in terms of popularity, or do you mean popularity or do you mean like quality?
Dollar.
Like how much they sold?
Dollar.
I want to know, like, yeah, that's what I want.
That might be that still might be Symphonia then.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think he was on. Like, yes, Symphonia introduced people, but that's also okay. And then a better question is, what do you guys mean by the Final Fantasy? You mean like the best one in the series, or do you mean
no,
just the one that everyone knows about?
That made the popularity of the series boom, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that everyone knows about, basically.
Just real quick, the best selling is Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah,
that's no surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I would assume, especially since I mean, even though the other ones have been re-released, this one has been re-released as well.
Yeah, and it's like it was put on a very good console. It was put on the strongest console at the time, on top of
PSP?
having no,
No, it was
the
the
GameCube
GameCube.
was the strongest console. The
Wait,
GameCube was the
so
strongest.
Believe it or not.
Yeah,
Yes.
originally came out on GameCube?
Yeah, that was a GameCube exclusive.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
GameCube exclusive.
Well, I played it on
And
PS3, so that's why I don't know shit.
That's
Played the
fine.
remake.
It was like
Yeah.
the GameCube RPG.
That's
Like,
crazy.
That's true,
If-
yeah. Because the GameCube was thirsting for.
I got a
RPGs.
I got a little funny story about Tales of Symphonia if you guys want to hear it.
wow.
No thanks.
Here's the thing, Riku. Your stories go on for days, man. We're gonna have
I'm
to.
just playing. I'm
No,
just playing. I'm just
Yeah.
playing.
No, forget it.
Yeah, leave that for after the podcast.
It's okay, Riku. You can DM me. I want to know.
same here.
So wait a minute. So in terms of popularity, I compared it to what Code Vein and God Eater. What is it really? Because it ain't on Persona level. Damn sure it ain't Final Fantasy level.
No, but it's like right behind them. But it's
Yeah, I
right
would say
behind
it's
them.
third. When you
It's
say
not bad for Bikini Bottom level.
popular, when you say popular JRPGs, and we're not and I'm not taking Pokemon into consideration, I would say it's third, right behind those two.
Yeah, like it's like if you ask somebody about Tales of, they'll say, "Oh, Tales of Symphonia."
Exactly.
Like how?
See,
Like,
Tales
you
of
ask somebody
Symphonia. Why aren't they saying Zestiria, Berseria, Exilia?
about
They
those
suck.
games.
Well, fucking
What?
Berseria does.
Okay,
Berseria
thank
was
you.
good.
I mean, that's like asking a Persona fan to not say 4 or 5 or 3.
4, 3, 4.
Yo, sir, 1 and 2 exist, okay? No matter what Atlas says.
And that's what I'm saying. Every other Tales of game exists, but the masses only know Symphonia.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like that's just how it is. Which kind of sucks because you should go out there and play
Like-
those Tales games.
Like
They're
if
really
Bandai came out and said, what Tales of game do you guys want us to remake from the ground up? Majority of those guys are just gonna say Symphonia.
Or Tales of the Abyss.
Tales
I mean,
of the
you would-
Abyss
you would-
versus
I feel like
Symphonia,
Abyss
or-
wouldn't be up there. People suggested it.
Oh, man.
I just love it, but
How
it's
dare you.
aged very well.
But it's still not Symphonia. That's the whole point.
Yeah, majority,
Popularity contest.
Yeah, it's a popularity.
Agree. Abyss should win. I would cry tears of joy if Abyss won. It's just, it's not more popular than Symphonia.
In my opinion, I should say give that to Fantasia.
I'd be cool with that.
Tales of Fantasia definitely deserves that.
We're talking about just ports or just like.
No, like a full blown like a Final Fantasy VII treatment of a remake.
I'd say
I
give
love it.
Fantasia the Destiny Director's Cut treatment.
I
Yeah.
still need-
Could see that too.
All right.
But yeah, Tales of Arise. That as far as we know, has it been confirmed not for this year?
Yeah, it's not for
Pretty
this
sure.
year. Yeah, it's not for this year. Definitely not coming out this year.
Because I was talking with a friend and he was like, as far as the article is concerned, it didn't say not this year. It just said later this year or something along those lines. I was like, I don't know. That feels like a waste of an article for them to come out and say, yeah, it's not coming out, when you guys thought it was coming out, but it's still coming out this year. Like that feels like a waste of an article.
Nah, it's delayed beyond 2020. It's delayed indefinitely.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad about it though. I'm not like we have so many games to play. Like yes, do I
Yeah.
want to play Arise? Of course I do. But like, come on. Every
I think
game
I'd be
has
more
a backlog.
upset if we
Okay.
knew more details on it. 'Cause as of now, we still don't know much.
I
That's true.
don't need to,
I'm not even mad at that because like it's not going anywhere. It's not going to stop being like if it stops being in production, they just cut it out altogether.
Yeah, they canceled
then
it.
okay, fine. Yeah, if it canceled, sure, but like it's not going anywhere. There's clearly interest for it. People keep talking about it. I mean, hell, we're talking about it. So I think
Yeah.
at this point in time, I'm just kind of like I'm patient. Like I can wait.
Yeah, I think if you are just a Tales fanatic, you're caught up with the series, and you don't want to play anything but Tales, then I guess I can see that person being mad and agitated and want to see some more. But what I would say that a person is play different games, bro. There's a lot of fucking games out there that you could be playing, and sitting here waiting for Tales.
Like
You-
that Cold
for
Steel
me,
movie.
these Falcon games, they coming out here back to back every year, baby. But what I'm saying, it just reminds me of
Yeah, that's
people
actually
who-
why
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it reminds me of the Hunter x Hunter people. They sit here and they're waiting for Hunter x Hunter when all of these other good shows are just out here pushing out content. It's like, but I want Hunter x Hunter. Like, jeez, bro.
This is a sad thing
That's 'cause
about
Hunter x Hunter is like next level good.
Hunter goes on hiatus
I
all the
understand
time,
that,
though.
but that
It's the
you know,
same
that's still
concept, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just comparing it to there's other great stuff out there. That's all. I'm not taking anything away from Hunter x Hunter. I love me some Hunter x Hunter too.
You know what's sad about Tales of Arise? I can't see it getting any higher from the masses. Again, I'm bringing up Metacritic. It's just the way I am. I can't see it getting any higher than like an 80. Like the highest I could see is getting 88. Like they would.
I
like
could see an 86 to be honest.
Like
don't-
even
I
though I
can't see
haven't
it
seen
higher.
anything else about it, it's just that I can't see it reaching like 90. I just can't. I can't. Unfortunately, I can't see a Tales game ever reaching a 90.
Wasn't
I
the
think
most
it has to
recent
be
one?
like the greatest entry to do that.
Wasn't the
Yeah.
most recent one Berseria, which is a good game as far as I'm hearing from a lot of Tales of fans? Wasn't it in like the 70s?
Let's check that.
Yeah. We got super chat from Asbel Lant. Arise is the number one for anticipation in Famitsu polls.
Yeah, I saw that.
First of all, Famitsu gives
Tales is
everything
more
high
popular
scores.
in Japan. Like popularity there compared to here is like astronomical. difference.
Tales of Berseria got a 79
Oh, that's a
like
crime.
Meta score.
That's a goddamn
Its
crime.
user score is a 7.1, and I can see why.
Aw, man.
I can sort of understand it.
That's a
Yeah.
crime.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Like
see.
it's like I see why. And personally, I honestly say it's an 85. It was a solid game.
Like
Not my
I always say,
favorite series.
Berseria was only as good as it was because it was followed after such a terrible game.
Jeez.
You said Vesperia? Or Berseria?
Like Berseria, we
Oh,
only
okay.
consider it as good as it is because it came after Zestiria.
No.
So you-
And I feel like
Yeah.
it's.
No,
Are you
I
trying-
good
feel
on
like
its own. Don't sell it short like
yeah.
that.
Don't.
So, Bao,
I could-
are you
Nah.
trying to say that the slander for Berseria would exist if Zestiria didn't exist?
If this came after Exilia, I don't think people would praise it as much.
Ah.
No, they wouldn't.
Nah.
No, it's true. They
I
wouldn't.
I
Because-
agree with that.
Berseria is good on its
I-
own.
I agree.
It is great on its
It
own.
is a good game. It's just
Okay,
not
okay.
to the
And-
level
and-
of other Tales games, in my opinion.
Answer this: do you two consider Berseria better than Exilia 1 and 2?
No.
No, I was asking Pell and Bao.
In terms of
Oh.
gameplay,
Pell and Shadow. Pell and Shadow is what I meant to say. Sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll have to replay Exilia, but because Berseria is fresh in my mind. I
Yeah,
feel like I
that's
can't
exactly what I was
answer it,
thinking.
honestly.
But honestly, it,
I mean, I
like,
like Exilia.
on
I
top
like
of my head,
Exilia.
I would say Berseria.
I
Interesting.
feel like Berseria too, but I played Berseria more recent. You know what I mean? So I feel like I can't
That's understandable.
like properly answer that.
Because I remember Tales of Exilia 1 being good, but then 2, there was some things with like the loan system, and you had to do side quests, force you to do stuff, and I didn't like that. But Berseria, it did have some things too. Like most of the time, skits were full blown cutscenes. That's what
That's
I felt.
cool.
That's what I
I
felt
like
like.
that.
But
I like both of them, but I understand there was some cutback. Like I didn't like that we had a silent protagonist.
yeah,
A lot of people actually didn't like that about Berseria, that the skits were too long.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
they
this.
felt like they felt like cutscenes that should have just been in the game.
yeah, they
Like,
were full blown
uh,
cutscenes. Some of them were full blown cutscenes.
Because skits were never supposed to be like character development. They're supposed to be like funny quips to like make you seek interaction between the characters.
Interesting.
Real quick, we got a super chat from Stan E. Does Tales of Arise have more than 2 party members? I believe they confirmed yes. It will have more than 2. So far, they only
How the hell
shown
would
2.
it? Oh my god! Can you imagine a Tales of game with only 2 party members?
Well, see, that's the thing. They're trying. It wouldn't be too far fetched because they're really trying to change this up so drastically, especially when it comes to the gameplay.
I believe it was the last trailer they ever showed us. If you like pause at a specific second, you can see like 2 other people with them. It's kind of hard to make out.
You know, it's very interesting. Bringing it back to the Falcom. When Falcom moved over to Ys9, they said their biggest inspiration when it came to moving into the 3rd generation of gameplay was the Tales of games. You know, up to Ys9, you've only been using Adol, and then Ys7 comes out, and you're using Adol and a squad that you can swap between all of them. And you know, there was a difference between Tales of and Ys, where the Ys is you're running around and you're attacking and you can explore and whatnot. You still have your little shortcut attacks, kind of like Tales of, but it was a lot less. But you can there is no like encounters and you going into an arena and fighting. It all happened right there. But now this new Tales of Arise, honestly, when I saw the gameplay, it reminded me of how there isn't any arenas and you just see an enemy and you just fight them and then you keep on moving on. So that's interesting, at least to me. Jesus Christ, Val.
All right.
Yeah. There's another one for the counter. As I was gonna say about Berseria as a game, personally, I feel like it was held back by being attached to Zestiria, like because of the connection between.
I forgot that they had a connection.
Like some plot beats and a couple of characters. It's just like you feel like if it wasn't linked like that, you'd be able to get more out of it. Like Berseria wouldn't get that. Oh, it's only okay because it's a good game. Just it needs to be its own entity more so than being attached to Zestiria. Because even like the marketing for Berseria was very because I felt like when I saw it, it was through like the Tales of Zestiria X anime, which don't watch that. Just don't. Not good.
All right. I just hope this next Tales of game it breaks the horizon, it breaks the glass ceiling, and I hope Tales of becomes maybe a little bit more mainstream.
Maybe
I guess you could say
it'll give a rise to the series.
Jesus
There we go.
Christ. All right,
Because-
well, you know what? I'm gonna give you that one.
Just because like I remember when Tales of Berseria came out, and then like it came out in the beginning of the year of like 2017 or something like that, and but then by the time like end of the year lists came up, it was nowhere to be found, and it deserved to be at least nominated for best RPG at the very least. I don't think it was even nominated for that, so that kind of disappointed me. But yeah, Tales of Arise. Hopefully this delay does it justice, gives them the time they need. I just want to see more because even though it's delayed, we could still afford to see like a trailer or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
I'm kind of worried for the gameplay because I'm personally not a fan of the Berseria style of gameplay. Like it served its purpose, but I never had like actual fun with it. And what little we could see of Arise, it sort of looks like it might be that, or we could be going back to the Zestiria Grace's style of combat just by the way the character moves. So
Yeah,
there's one big thing I'm kind of nervous about because that could really make or break this game for me.
they're really trying something different with this one. I hope it succeeds for them.
I do
Alright.
too. I really want it to be good.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic. Pokemon Unite was dropped last week, I believe.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Explain.
Alright,
Someone
so-
explain this.
Okay, so this is the way I see it.
Here we go.
Pokemon Unite.
Oh, it's time.
Here we
Oh,
go.
it's time.
All right, so
Oh, boy.
the Pokemon Company, they had like a direct a week prior before Pokemon Unite came. It dropped Pokemon Snap for the most part, some other Pokemon
Yeah.
mobile games or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, tune in next week. We got a major announcement coming in for you. You're going to want to see this." So, the Pokemon fan base start going crazy. They start speculating stuff, predicting stuff. Oh, let's go Johto. Oh, Sinnoh remakes. Let's go, baby.
You all did that to yourself.
And then the day comes, and they hype this up for Pokemon Unite, a MOBA League of Legends Dota game.
Oh,
very,
no.
very. What the fuck, Bob? What the hell, Bob? A very entry,
About-
Jesus, yo.
a very entry
We're on
level
YouTube, Al.
mobile game. Okay.
Y'all gave him this power. Remember that.
No, we blame Blake. Blake, this is your fault.
Blake takes no responsibility for what Bao does.
Okay, so the Pokemon fan base, as rightfully as they had, they completely went crazy when this announcement was made, and I believe the video has over 100K dislikes at this point. I don't even know where it's at.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
I'll go check.
Wait,
right
what
now.
was the
I gotta
like?
go see that.
What was the
I gotta
ratio
go
though?
see
What
that.
was the like?
it was bad. It was like 30K the last time I saw. The likes were 30K, and the dislikes
Oh
was
my
like
God.
100K. But here's the thing. I'm not blaming the Pokemon fan base for this. I'm not.
158,000 dislikes to 185 likes. Well, 185. No, to 85,000 likes.
85,000
150.
likes, 150 dislikes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez.
But like, yeah, I'm not blaming the Pokemon fans for this because at this point, Pokemon has been popular for decades now. You know how the Pokemon fan base is; they just as out of pocket as the Kingdom Hearts fan base, maybe even as bad as the Smash Bros. Fan base. The Pokemon company noticed this is like a child going to a store causing havoc, and you blaming the child. You don't blame the child; you blame the parent. Okay, so the Pokemon company, they should have known that this was going to be the backlash. I don't know the reason behind why they did it. Maybe they had like some type of deal in place with Tencent or something like that. They had to make a major announcement at this because it's a mobile game, mobile game, and those are like really popular in the esports community. So they really wanted to have a platform for it. I don't know, but this was stupid. You didn't need it. It could have came on with the same Pokemon Direct they had the week prior. 11 more extra minutes for this. I don't know why. But yeah,
I can probably tell you why. Because the company behind this is Tencent, who has hands in China, and the whole reason for this game is that they want to get Pokemon popular in China. And MOBAs are, if you don't know, are extremely popular in China. So, one and together.
So
we got Pokemon
China caused the T virus and Unite. Oh, that's crazy.
Y'all are actually wild for that.
Oh man. So what else about this Pokemon Unite? Is anybody here gonna play it?
Yeah, I mean it's free, so I'm gonna give it a try.
Free to start.
Okay.
I don't expect much out of it.
Do you guys think it's gonna hit the esports community hard, or
that depends on the quality of it, and I highly doubt it.
Didn't Nintendo try to push like ARMS in esport or something like that?
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with ARMS is that it's overpriced. Like I liked it, but I'm not paying $60 for it.
Oh man. So yeah, I don't think anybody else has anything to say about Unite. I'm not mad at the announcement. I don't care at Zemoba. Of course, I would have preferred Sinnoh remakes. Of course. Well, I would have even took Let's Go, even though I probably think they would have messed that up somehow, some way. Like Blake, I think you said they would take out like Kanto. I could for some reason see them doing that.
Oh no. They would most definitely take out Kanto, and then like when we got to the ferry, the ferry at the end of the game in Ruin Season Kanto, he would say, "Oh, the Kanto region. It's been nice to be there. Hey, you've been there recently, haven't you?" And that would just stop dialogue.
Yeah.
And then they would bring it back as DLC.
No, the DLC being the whole last game of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Jeez.
Wow. How did they go that far? But I could definitely see it being like, oh, the expansion pass or some shit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do we want to talk about the expansion pass for Sword and Shield?
Ooh.
Go ahead, bro.
Sorry, I wasn't even listening. What are we talking about?
He's over here. We're looking for that next SpongeBob.
I'm trying to see Min Min's release for Smash already. Thank you very much.
It'll be another plug.
Sure.
Not a minute before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was the question?
The recent Pokemon DLC.
How is it?
Can you give us your thoughts on it?
I can tell you this: it can beat it in one sitting. It's about 5 hours long. They add a bunch of older Pokemon back. You know, the ones they told you were not going to be in the game because they're focusing on the animations and all that. I actually did enjoy it. I just wish it was longer.
5 hours, and how much did it cost?
It's $30, but this is only half of the expansion. Because I have the Crown Tundra to go through.
So is the Crown Tundra going to be any different? Is it going to be just another 5 hours and that's it?
Ooh, okay.
The way they put it, this was focusing on exploration, which it does. It's like a giant island you can explore. And the Crown Tundra is going to be more story-based.
I like how
all we know so far.
I like how they just keep you guys in line with the BS they're just
hold up. There's been a huge leak for the Crown Tundra. They actually found the map data for it, and it's supposed to be as big as the Galar region.
Really now?
It's supposed to take place in chapters. It's going to be episodically based throughout the story of the Crown Tundra, and each chapter is a different legendary Pokemon, including the Reggies and the birds.
Do we have like proof this is real, or?
Let me find you the map.
That'd be something if it's just as big. So that means what? There's going to be new gyms, new.
So you know how Pokemon and Nintendo are famous for always leaving too much in a game.
Yep.
So on the actual, if you hack your game, you can actually see the entire map for the Crown Tundra right now, as well as every single Pokemon they plan to bring back. So for example, like Actually, I will just put this article in the HPMP group chat for anyone who wants to take a look
I
at
want
it.
my Absol.
And yeah, so basically they're bringing back like every single legendary Pokemon and Ultra Beast in the next one, and there's going to be ways to get them within the expansion.
Is
So
Zangoose
already-
in that game?
Who?
Zangoose.
No, not
Riku.
yet.
Fuck that.
Riku.
Yeah, I know, right? Zangoose like my guy.
Riku. Why?
Zangoose
Why you
is
pick
my boy.
Zangoose?
Zangoose
Were you one
is
of those
awesome.
my
people?
boy. Crush
was one
Claw
of those
is
people.
a G.
Riku
Right.
was one of those people saying, "Where's my Mega Zangoose?" in Orasa remakes.
Yeah, where
Oh,
wasn't
my
there
goodness.
a Mega Zangoose?
In the trash where it belonged. The
Oh
only
my
time
God.
Zangoose was relevant was in XD and Gale, or was in Gale Darkness, and even then, that one got clapped up.
Oh man. Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to fall back on this Zangoose
All
slander.
right, stop this. We all know Zangoose is good.
Seviper is better.
Wow. See, he
Whoa.
always lost against Survivor.
Oh my god. All right, so I guess that's all the Pokemon stuff that we want to go through. I haven't gotten it myself. I don't think I am. Maybe when Crown Chandra comes out, I might get it. But I like Pokemon Sword and Shield enough to actually get both versions. And I think I did play through both of them.
And yet he hasn't fought me in Pokemon. That's crazy. Shadow Scare.
We have a super chat from Dual Beard. He says, Bao's sexy voice sold me on Pokemon Shield.
Hold
Well,
up.
Okay.
This is
Hold
what
up,
happens
hold
when
up.
you come to my streams. I sell you on products. Something you should say.
Hold up. Yo, Duo out here simping. Duo's out here simping. Is that
don't
what
close
Duo's
the
doing?
video.
I'll pull up the video.
No, you don't.
What the heck? What is this?
Oh my god. Oh.
Why do you have this on demand?
Okay,
Why?
all right, stop this.
Trying to get the monetized.
You gotta get. Oh my god.
Next topic.
We
Had to
didn't
load.
get demonetized by Bow's pictures already. That would have did it.
Had to load this, man.
And that was the bullet that killed me.
Shadow's mod at this point, man's made like $80 in donating super chats already.
Oh my god. You
And
guys are
that was the
insane.
bullet that killed Bambi's mom.
What?
So let me run through some of these other topics real quick. As soon as I can find them. Let's see. All right, so Square Enix is get ready to announce games that were meant for E3 2020 around July or August. I don't know what they're gonna be. Could be a Parasite Eve remake. I don't know. What?
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry. I love Parasite Eve.
Oh,
Don't do
okay.
that to me.
All right, good man. Last of Us Part 2 sales top 4 million in 3 days. God damn. 4 million in 3 days. That's ridiculous.
That's what happens when you hype up a game.
Real quick before we go on to the next gen. Riku, was The Last of Us everything you ever dreamed of?
It is the game. It is a game that I didn't think I wanted, but got and was satisfied with. A lot of people, we're not gonna, obviously we're not going to go super deep into it, but I did do a spoiler cast. You guys can go and watch that for my in-depth. Jesus Christ, Bow. Last of Us is a great game.
This game.
The Last of Us is a great game in my humble opinion. I'm sure Gabby would have different thoughts if she was here, but she's not here. So
Yeah, she out here playing Tokyo Dark.
know, right?
So what did you think of the story? Was it could you see why everybody was upset about the story? Just real quick.
yeah, I could definitely see why. If anyone here has played Metal Gear Solid 2, apparently they pulled a Metal Gear Solid 2 on everyone. Where
Oh.
yeah, so that's apparently the reason. Obviously that, and on top of the fact that those leaks came out and everyone saw what happened at the beginning of the game.
All right, I've been spoiled on something. I think this is a bit worse than Metal Gear because of what this character who replaces Ellie did in the beginning of the game. Do you think that's the case? Like, this is worse than Metal Gear, and people are right to be justified at that?
That's what I was just about to say. I was saying it's a bit different, but I don't think they are justified because once again, Naughty Dog said that you guys don't know the full context of everything, and just play the game and you'll see it all played out. and I did, and I agree with all of the story beats that were taken, and I can defend each and every part that they put into the game. And every time someone tried to debate me on that, they lose utterly badly. So
Oof.
can try.
So,
But
so people are just mad that it didn't just go their way.
yeah, they wanted another Ellie and Joel
Adventure.
and rightfully so. It was advertised in the trailers that was going to be the case, but
Was it?
it's not. Yeah, that
I
was.
thought,
that was the case
I thought only like Ellie was gonna be playable, and that was pretty much it. That's the most I got from the trailers. I didn't think Joel was gonna
but
be
there
in
was-
that much.
There was one trailer in that showed Ellie, someone coming up from behind and grabbing Ellie and pulling her to the side, and it's Joel saying, "I'm not going to let you do that by yourself," and that trailer is inaccurate to what happens in the game.
Oh,
So that trailer made the people who watched the trailer assume that eventually Joel is going to assist Ellie in whatever journey she's going through, which that isn't necessarily what happens. And they said they did that to protect the story that they actually wanted to show, because you know how leaks are now these days. And even with them doing that, leaks still came out and people still found out certain things, but without the context. So they got mad anyway. So that's just what ended up happening.
okay.
But obviously, this is just a small base of people on Twitter screaming. Apparently, everyone outside of Twitter, is enjoying the game.
All
And
right. I'm planning to play The Last of Us 2 Part 2 at some point. Maybe that's the next game I should just go and buy.
Great game, but Xenoblade is still my game of the year. I said that as well.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Rightfully so.
I'm proud of you, son.
And last one I got here, The World Ends With You, is getting an animation.
Let's go, baby.
It's kind of crazy because that game is like, what, 20 years old by this point? 10
What?
years?
And now
Whoa,
I'm
calm down.
And now
Get out of the hyperbolic time chamber.
But do you guys do you guys think that this is a sign of another World Ends With You game, possibly?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see this being them gauging its interest, but if that's the case, I would say that this is a bad way to gauge interest.
Oh, really?
If they were going to, I think they should just make a second game, because they already tried to make the remaster on the Switch, and I heard that did not so well. For some
Yeah,
reason.
messed it up.
They
Yeah.
screwed up the controls.
Did they ever go back and patch that and fix it or some way, or it's still like messed up?
Oh, that.
I think it's just was it docked that was the problem, or was it undocked?
It was docked. That was the problem.
Docked was the problem. Okay.
Really? So if you play in handheld, everything's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess you can utilize the touchscreen. I guess because
Yep.
that's how the game was meant to be played.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering if I should just play the
Yeah.
the original the
Like the
original
DS
DS
version.
version. Okay.
Do that.
I guess I'll just play the DS version then.
Yeah. Or you can play the phone version.
Ew.
I'll say if this is them trying to gauge interest, and that's stupid because people have been clamoring for a sequel since
Yeah.
they gave us a teaser image how many years ago?
Yeah. It wasn't it like when they ported it over to phones that they gave like an extra scenario or something like that, so people thought a sequel was coming out. Like it's like you guys said. Like people have been clamoring for a sequel to War Ends With You. Why haven't they given it to us? It's beyond me. I don't know why. Even the character design still holds up. The music, oh my god, the music still holds
Amazing.
up.
Damn it, Blake and Bow.
There's nothing wrong with the game. I don't know why Square Enix needs to gauge interest for this. So, but whatever. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna make sure. Hopefully, they come out with a dub, simulcast dub. That'd be great.
Seriously, I need to see the math scene fully animated.
I just want to see how they're gonna do Zeta. Zeta slow. Zeta.
Zeta slow.
Oh, is that
God.
a slow?
Did someone say
Men's
Rosetta Stone?
recited pi before trying to kill you.
Are you guys ready for all the hot takes about Joshua?
I love Joshua. I don't care. I love Joshua. No one's gonna change my mind. Period. Done.
Leave,
Joshua,
leave
right?
I love Joshua.
Leave-
I don't care.
leave gun
Wait,
Jesus alone.
No,
Wait.
Rachel, the good Joshua.
What just happened with Joshua? He's what?
Have you played the game?
I played the game, but I forgot.
Oh, he's
Play it again.
You'll just remember that Joshua did some things, and that new people that don't know are going to have a field day
Be
there,
upset.
climate of the internet.
Hold up. Now I want to know what like. We'll talk about it. You know what? When this thing ends, we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Now I'm wondering what would be the problem.
Needs to be
Is it
canceled.
whatever? We'll talk about it afterward. Okay. Continue with whatever we're talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
There's only one Joshua I care about, and it's coming out this year in Cold Steel 4.
Oh yeah, all right.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
This man tried to find a way to bring back the Cold Steel. Oh man.
Him and his annoying sister / girlfriend.
Oh,
What? Huh?
Yeah, welcome to Trails in the
I
Sky.
love to see it.
all
You love
right.
to see it.
No, you don't. I thought
right.
this was Trails in the Sky, not Trails in Alabama.
All right, that's it for now. Let's go out with the intros. I'm trying to keep almost 9 o'clock. I did pretty good. All right, so let's go out our outros. Sosuke, go ahead, man.
You can find me on Twitch at Sosuke the Wonder Gamer and on YouTube at Sosuke the Bro. I might get back to streaming that Xenogears Greatness if I don't keep playing Pokemon. I'm actually having a lot of fun. Just give me a little time. I promise I'll get back to it. And I'm also getting back to playing Odin Sphere on this channel. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do.
Riku?
Peace out, everybody. That Cold Steel 4 Greatness comes out later this year. And every day we are one step closer to the greatness.
Oh, man. Blake?
It's been fun as always. A big shout out to everyone that came through. If you guys had fun tonight, by all means, demolish that like button. We're only at 42 likes according to my browser, and we're at like 100 reviews. So I'm just saying, if you guys liked SpongeBob and you guys liked Bao and no one else, then definitely hit that like button because y'all are simping out here. And yeah, had a lot of fun. Can't wait for the next one. And yeah, Min's out in 2 minutes.
You already know, baby.
Bao?
Thank you guys having me on as always. Had a lot of fun. You're welcome for all the laughs. I'm still working on that freaking a catchy video, but things keep getting in the way. It'll be out eventually. Bear with me. Thanks, guys. See you later.
And Pelvic?
Hi. Bye. Thank you again for having me on.
That Wildlands got you all up in its arms, huh?
No, I'm not playing Wild Arms. I'm playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, my
Christ.
God.
Oh,
Didn't
I
you
would rather-
haven't
I
you
would rather
already done
say
your
you're playing
dailies?
Wild Arms.
No, I still gotta. I'm constructing my Temple of Time right now. I'll have you know.
Help me
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You're gonna use that temple in time to go
Stone
back in time and not get the game.
There you go. Talk to him, Riku.
What?
So, I'm having a bit of an
Moving on.
issue. Apparently, I can't change my avatar anymore right now.
That's what you get.
Hey.
He's reached his limit of changing avatars. You're crazy.
That's hilarious.
No, thank you
This
for
is
having me
a
on the
real
podcast.
issue.
And
Sorry,
feel
Pelvic.
free. It's okay. I forgive you. But no, it's cool. Be sure to follow or I guess subscribe to Pelvic Gaming because I am 21 subscribers away. 24,600. So I'm trying to get to 25.
Everyone subscribe to the young lady. She's a nice young lady.
She alright.
Oh.
She alright.
I was like, oh, then we have Chad.
She alright.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
you're
Riku.
all right.
You'll get
You're
your
gonna
dog
get me
treat
a
later.
45.
Oh my goodness. Don't listen to the JRPG fraud. Pelvic does a good job.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Forget you.
Maybe Final Fantasy 8. Her
Listen.
opinion was Final Fantasy 8 was a bit higher.
Wow.
I might like it. Alright.
Listen.
At the very end, he has to
You
throw it
go
in there.
back.
That's
Go
great.
back to playing Final Fantasy 9. You even said you were enjoying it. That's what like
I recorded none of
you
this.
said you were.
I am.
No, bitch, I got DMs. Bitch, I got DMs. Like I swear to God, I would fucking don't. Like, oh my, do
Jesus.
not try me, sir. Like,
Alright.
I got fucking
Ladies
DMs.
and gentlemen,
All right.
this has gotten out of hand.
I am one trophy away from getting that platinum. That dumbass 1,000 jump rope trophy. I don't know if I'll ever get it.
All right, guys, we are out of here. I'm sorry for all the SpongeBobness that went on during this podcast. This wasn't my fault.
For greatness.
All right, we are out of here. I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Deuces.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.